So hi guys, today we're going to talk about repetitions. They are very important. Repetition is one of the most important parts of the training, simply because through repetitions you can make a new neural paths in your brain. That's the way how you learn the movement. Many people argue, well, sparring, it's all there it is, it's the most only important thing. But the thing is, you can see many people actually spar, try to apply their techniques, and their techniques are just shitty because they haven't done nearly enough repetitions with their techniques. They don't look sharp, they don't look coordinated, they just look all over the place. To avoid that, right? So if you want to become good, you need your reps, you need your repetitions. So in this video we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you how you can do actually reps and what exercises you can use for different techniques. How can you do it alone and also with partner. There's a massive difference how you train when you're a beginner. When you're absolutely beginner, the repetitions are even more important. When you actually don't know your technique, you never have done it, you have to break it down a lot more than, let's say, an advanced person, and train your repetitions, certain parts of the technique. When we look at the straight lead, right? So you would then at first just train the hand. So you learn how to execute the straight lead as straight as possible, you know, because people who start to train, they usually come to the side or they rotate their hand or something like that. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to train it. Okay, just the hand with no body involved. Okay, once you get better, okay, so you can do your repetitions then, right? Slow, okay, you slow down and you do your reps, the straight lead, okay, hand to forefoot pushing, step up, and then on the half beat backwards. So you can do tons of these, okay, you can do tons of these. You can even isolate the hip and just, okay, practice with the hip. The timing that the hip comes shortly before you hit the target, okay, so you can unload the whole hip into the target, okay, with no step. Or you can even do just hand and step, okay, where you go here, hand before foot, okay, and you wrap these down, okay, so you can do thousands of this, and of each this part of the technique you can do hundreds of repetitions. When you train with your partner, then you both can rep straight lead. For example, I just take it for example, you can do this with any technique. Here is more important, so you know your footwork, you know the distance, and you know how to hold the pad and then switch to punching, hold the pad. Okay, this looks easy, but it's very difficult for most people who are not used to do this, because you have to switch from coaching to doing, and thinking about the cover and right execution of the technique. Then you hold, and this goes just by the second. Then also you can of course slow down and go, okay, if you wanna walk on your mechanics, okay, you can slow it down, okay, you can do different speeds, you can even do different depths, how much you penetrate the target, the pad, not something else, guys. You can do this exercise also straight 10 minutes, that's how we usually do. When I train with Fabian, I usually start my training with this exercise and we do it straight 10 minutes. You do probably 300-400 maybe, and then we switch to something else. So you can pretty quickly, you don't even need a half hour, you can do your 1000. Then you switch to legs. For example, you can rep the side kick if you're a beginner, okay, so you can rep just lifting the leg, okay, and then turning the knee to the side. Then you can rep static, you go here, you lift and you turn, you lift and you turn. Then you can also rep the shuffling, right? So here, shuffling, and you go forward, back, you go here, you go back, you go here. Okay, so you can do also pretty quickly a few hundreds of those. You can do both legs, you can do just one leg. With the side kick, I like to do it really much both legs, because side kick is important also. If you have multiple opponents, you have one there, you have to use your left. You can do this with any technique. So you can also do a different footwork for the front kick, right? You can travel forward, okay? Do this reps of this one, okay? So you go here, do this one, okay? You can do retreating, you can do both, with shuffling, okay? And then with retreating, you can do all those reps. You can even here curve, right, pivot, and with side step to the left. You can do the same with the partner, right? So you can go here, okay, and then one. So I go forward, then he comes, then I practice my shuffling back, going forward, and going here, and then again here, and here, okay. You can do different angles, different footwork, different pivots, and there you go. Just an example for kicks and also for punches. So you can wrap hooks. So in this case, he would use a right hook, okay, and I would have to punch left hook. Because we both hold pads, okay, you can't use the same hook. So he has to use the right hook, right? And I have to use my left hook, okay? So for example, we go here, and then here, then it's his turn, it's my turn. Here I can use different footwork, going to the side. And then you can do all these reps with hooks. So you can quickly do all these reps. And this can be any technique. And for people who think that's not important, even the grapplers, they do thousands of repetitions of their techniques, of their arm locks, leg locks, submissions. They repeat that all the time, all the time. Also, there are different angles, different positions, but they repeat this and repeat it, and that's how it works, guys. So, and now you have to think about it. If you train Jeet Kune Do and you do all these reps that you actually need to get somewhere, to get good. So you have your hooks, you have your straights, you have your back fists, you have your eye jabs, straights, straight kicks, hook kicks, side kicks, rear leg, front leg, everything. So how much time and how much place is there to do different martial arts? And how much can you actually wrap everything on this different martial arts? So you have to think about this, how you can get good and proficient at the things you do. And at the end of the day, you have to choose what you want to do. Guys, see you next time.